Welcome back. As of now, we have learned that objects are just like arrays, can hold different types of data, and they can hold even arrays, and in fact they can hold objects inside objects. Now in this lecture, we will see about object methods, that is based on we are adding functions to objects. Let us see that. Back to VS Code, and now I am taking these object details, copy and then paste here in the last lecture's details, and then paste here. And now first of all, I am giving here boolean value. How to write all these I will show you. And first, a person has license or not. For that I am writing has license. If the person has license means you give true, or else you will give false. Now here I will show you how to write functions in objects. For that I am writing here age calculating, and then colon, and then here write function expression giving birth year, here and return 2040 minus 2000, birth year, and this is the declaration of function in objects. Now once copy this and then paste here. Actually this is the regular syntax of function, and now here using const, this is the regular function expression, but actually this is also looking like this, but the difference is that here we have equal, and here this is the function expression, but here the difference is that just the syntax. Here in this function age calculation is just a variable, but here in this object age calculating is not a variable here. This is a property name. So now here we have attached a function to this object. So now this process is called as a method. Now we don't have this function here. I have written just for an idea. And now we have here in this object we have strings, numbers, arrays, and then here boolean, and then function. Here I want to change this age and replacing with birth year, because we have written the function here birth year 2000. Now I want to log this function to console.log person2 dot, I'm using dot notation, age calculating of age 2000, birth year, and then say invalid shorthand property initializer. Here it is not equal, that is the error, and then reload, and then it displayed 40 here, the result is 40, and then same I'm using bracket notation, please. Now here I'm using bracket notation for age calculating dot, remove dot, and then bracket, close. reload. Age calculating is not defined because this is, we have to place this in string. Just place here and then check once. So it will be 40. It displayed the same age. Now I will show you that one of the important keyword in JavaScript. Here in this example, if we have to access this birth year in functions, here in JavaScript, we have a special variable called this. Now here in this function, instead of passing this birth year parameter, we directly access the object's properties here using this keyword. Here, place. I will write in next line. I will place these in comments. And then write here. And then here we don't need this parameter. And then here we have to place here this keyword and then dot. Here this keyword refers to the object person2. And we can access the property values, and I want to console this. Console.log this. And then see the result. Here I'm placing this in comments. And then reload. And now see, this is clear. Now here see, we got all the details and the age is 40. Here the person2 is the object name that is calling the function that. Here we have 2000, we have given the birth year, and this keyword refers to the object and the birth year as property name, and the birth year property name that have value 2000, that is 2040 minus 2000, that is displayed as 40. Now I will show you in another way. Here we don't need to pass any value. And I will show you now another example how this property works. Like here I am giving person, I am removing the 2. I am changing the object name here. Here this keyword refers to the object. That means in previous case, here the person2 is the object. Now here the person is the object. So here, and also I am changing here the value 2010, and then see the result. Now see, it's working and the age is 30. Clear? And now here I am creating a new property that I am using the dot notation, because we have used earlier already this location and with this dot notation. By using this, I am creating a new one here in function using this keyword and then dot. I am giving age equal, this is the value, and then return, and then console that. Here I am giving age. And then here return this dot age. Okay, now reload. and then see the output 30, that is displayed from 241, and then the other one from 242. These two have the same result. And so this is the way we have to write all these. And now I will give you one more challenge for you. And then now get a person's summary. The challenge, and then write, I'm writing, giving that Jonas is a 30 years old doctor, and okay, give here the first name Priya, and then here she has driver's license. And then I need that if I change here the false, the statement will be she has no driver's license. If it is true, she has driver's license, like that. And pause the video and you can do in yourself. Now I'm writing this in function get summary function, open and close parenthesis, and then brackets. Here directly returning write back codes. Here's this dot first name is a, and then age calculating age, this dot age calculation years old doctor no, we need to place here job, person dot job, and she has dot has license. Here I am using ternary operators for yes or no. A, and then colon no, and then driver's license. In more place is here, and then see the result. Okay, place these two in comments and then reload. Template expression 48, missing template expression. here and then reload. Didn't display anything. Let's see. I forgot to write this login to console. Person dot get summary. This is a function, right? And then reload now. Now Priya is a 30 years old doctor and she has a driver's license. And now I am changing this value to false. Then reload here. Here see, and she has no driver's license. So, and then place true. See, she has a driver's license. And so now this is all about placing functions in objects called object methods. And so now you have a better idea of writing all these. We'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you.